Hey y'all, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips, and you are tuned in to Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment with me, Ashley Nicole Phillips. I am the biblically prophesied Messiah. Full circle moment, alert, alert, so are you. Why, Ashley? What I have in me, you have in you. What you have in you, I have in me. The universal law of oneness, as every dimension of creation is connected in many ways, most commonly through the energy called God, as every dimension and aspect of creation is being operated with, through, and by the energy called God. Source, prime source, the most high, white light creator energy, whatever you like to term the energy behind the creation of all things. Within Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, I channel, helpful, beneficial energies and messages to utilize as tools as we transcend and evolve into greater awareness of who we are, what we are, and our roles in creation. If you are interested in the prophecies that I channeled for the human of planet Earth, Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips is available here on YouTube as well as Spotify. Go follow, subscribe to Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips to continue to expand upon the journey to a healed and balanced human culture of planet Earth. I received a prophecy from our creator, the oneness of all things. By the year 2033, the human being of planet Earth will be in the stream of consciousness and energies to understand that we are a human being of planet Earth with no disease. We are a human being of planet Earth with no famine. We are a human being of planet Earth with no death, vitality, as death has been a construct, a paradigm of our making. We are a human being of planet Earth with no war, world peace. We are a human being of planet Earth with no famine. I am super excited to be able to utilize my presence to help with this shift, as the biggest modality to assist with evolving the human being of planet Earth is inner work, working on yourself. Anything that you uplift within yourself, any energy that you uplift within yourself, you're uplifting for all of mankind, all of the ecosystem of planet Earth, all of God's creation. So I hope my content helps you evolve into greater perceptions of your truths, that you are love, you are the highest understanding, the highest wisdom understanding of what happens, what transpires in all dimensions of creation, as what transpires in all dimensions of creation is to allow for the unfolding of more of creation, or the evolution and expansion of all of creation, or God. Within here on Oneness Connection, I do use oracle cards. I'm using Alana Fairchild Rumi Oracle Pocket Edition, an invitation into the heart of the divine. I pull the cards, see what wants to come out, and I'll show the artwork by Razuli. Read the oracle, show the artwork of the cards that want to come out, and then channel whatever energies come through. So let's see here. We'll take that one too. We'll take all three of these here. All right, so let's see. Okie dokie. All right, so let's start with this card. Here is the artwork. And we have the courage of your love. Love is the sunrise, while thought is only a flashing light. Your heart is strong enough to overpower old patterns. Surrender into love's sanctuary without conditions or equivocation. You are not to give in to shaming stories that cast your regal, lion-like nature in the falsehood of victimization or powerlessness. Roar at such lies until the weak glue holding them together melts under the fire of your holy breath. Assert the dignity of your own heart and soul. I'm actually being guided to share a message that I just went over with myself. So I was saying, I speak out loud to myself, and it's a way for my soul to speak to me, to help me heal and uplift. I was saying how there are three energies three streams of energies, powerful streams of energies that are super present in really all of creation, because this is how creation creates. Whenever one dimension interacts with another dimension, it creates a third energy, i.e. the Holy Trinity, Father, Mother. I'm gonna make my own Holy Trinity. Make my own interpretation of the Holy Trinity. Father, Mother, Child, right? So when the Father and Mother come together, they create the child. So we have three energies prevalent on our planet, right? And I was saying how there is an energy of who we identify as our personal self. So our preferences, there's the energy of our preferences or our personal self. We like to term it as the ego, our personal self, the ego. We have the energy, and again, preferences, personal self or ego. And then we have the energy of our higher self or God, the all-knowing force energy that we call our higher selves. And then we have the energy of self-doubt or the how. The question, how our personal self, our ego questions our higher self, and it's really natural, because how does our personal self keep us safe? By understanding what's coming next, to prepare for what's coming next. So our personal self or our ego asks our higher self how, because our higher self is, even if you're not consciously aware of your perception of all things or the higher self, you are always perceiving your higher self, even if you're not consciously aware of it. So every single human being is always perceiving their higher self, even if you're not consciously aware of it. That's where we get visions and dreams and aspirations and goals. It's perceiving our higher self, or what we're capable of. So we have our personal self, our ego, or our personal self, our ego, or the self-doubt. Our personal self, our ego, which asks our higher self, which we are all always very aware of, whether consciously or subconsciously. And then we have the third energy, or the self-doubt, that energy is the creation, the mother, the father, or the personal self and the higher self. This is just an analogy. Personal self, higher self, which brings up the self-doubt or the how. How can I be like the higher self? Our personal self, we have a narrow view or scope of who we are, and we're always looking to evolve into more, or to fulfill our aspirations or manifest our visions and dreams. And when that conquest begins, we ask how, or we come into self-doubt. So the relationship between our personal self or our preferences and our higher self, which we're always perceiving in some way, every single being, every single dimension is always perceiving more of who we are, or our higher self, our God essence, in some way. It's just our level of conscious awareness that varies, right? And our personal preferences perceiving our higher self creates our the third energy, the self-doubt or the how. How can I be more like my higher self? How can I manifest my vision, my goal, my dream? It's allowing ourselves to align with the understanding when we have the thought patterns that ask the how. The how is not who we are. The self-doubt is not who we are. The self-doubt, the how, is a product of the teamwork between our preferences and our higher selves, or evolving into more of who we are, perceiving more of who we are. The how, the self-doubt, the questioning, the fears, as when we ask ourselves how and we don't see an answer in sight, that creates fears. There's many dimensions and many energies that can be initiated with the how or the self-doubt. The how, the self-doubt, the fear, the anxiety, the jealousy, the envy, the rage, those energies are not who we are. It's allowing ourselves to step back with a heightened wisdom to understand, to be able to perceive the dimensions of ourselves. So when the self-doubt or the how energy and all the energies that come in with the self-doubt, the how energy comes up, you say, okay, this is not who I am. Let me step back. I know this is part of the puzzle that I'm working. This self-doubt, this fear, this how is a part of the puzzle that I'm working. My truth is that I'm the higher self, expressing as my personal self in order to reestablish the understanding of my higher self or greater truths or expand all of God. All right, we're going to go ahead and go into this. Blessing of Al-Hakim. Sell your cleverness and buy bewilderment. Al-Hakim is wisdom, soul medicine. You no longer have to drive the unfoldment of your desires into form. You rest in the assurance that your daily application and effort are enough, and so is your surrender. Mental anguish is now soothed. Divine healing can occur most readily in the unknowing yet trusting spaciousness of your open heart. Blessings of Hakim. I am on the twin flame journey. I am a twin flame. I perceive twin flames as a mystical being, as we are one soul essence expressing in two different personal embodiments in this, or two incarnations in the same reality, same dimensionality, same lifetime. So I perceive the twin flame as a sacred, divine, mystical being, right? And I wake up about 2 to 4. I wake up to like 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. in the morning to do internal work, shadow work on myself. Me and my twin are one. So I have been guided with taking a step back and detaching with cutting cords with energies that come up, detaching from all energies, even of my past self, my current self, and understanding that cutting cords, there should be no fears with cutting energetic cords, because anything that you're supposed to have always comes back to you. Any bond that you're supposed to have will only evolve into a greater, more healthy embodiment. So I cut cords and attachments to all people, places, and things, all nouns, people, places, and things, including myself, who I've been, who I am, and who I want to be. I detach from those perceptions, and I'm able to glean and just be introspect on the energies within me with a more depersonalized view. And when you depersonalize the energies within you, you no longer allow the triggering of those energies to be your identity. You no longer allow the self-doubt, the how, the anger, the resentment, the jealousy, the envy to be your identity. But you know that's something that you're experiencing as this personal embodiment of God in order to become more of God in new ways or expand the dimensionality of creation. I'm doing shadow work last night, and my twin, just like myself, he's very driven by success in this physical world. He's very driven by establishing stability in this physical world. He's very driven by legacy, leaving behind, creating things to be remembered by in this physical world. And with that type of drive and ambition, you can often identify yourself as hard work. You can often create the paradigm that in order to manifest or create your legacy, in order to manifest or create your stability, in order to manifest or create your financial relational dynamics, so the relationships with your reality and your finances, as finances are a centrifugal force in this reality to create stability, you often identify those dimensions and aspects with hard work. We're in a new creation, in a new age of reality, new energies, where what we did before in the past don't equate to what we desire. Because what we did in the past directly mirror who we were in the past. And we are no longer who we were in the past. In order to allow ourselves to perceive the growth that we have embodied, we have to step back, let go, surrender, and allow ourselves to take directive from dimensions of ourselves that have foresight and understanding of who we currently are, or our higher self, or God. We are in the great awakening, the mass awakening of the human consciousness of planet Earth, where we are embodying the energies of higher frequential patternings of ourself or God. We're no longer in the suffering era. We're no longer in the survival era. The tactics and schemes that we used to create the stability, the fortune, the legacy, no longer supplement fortune, legacy, stability. This new era of reality, it's allowing our personal self to learn Upanishad, sit near our higher self or our soul. That's why self-introspecting, Kingdom Things podcast, call to action, sit with yourself 30 minutes a day, meditate. Meditation, there's no traditional way to meditate. If meditation to you is cooking, when you're with yourself and you're in your zone, flowing. If meditation to you is writing, you're in your zone, flowing. If meditation to you is jogging, running outside, when you're in your zone, then do that. Kingdom Things podcast, Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment, call to action, sit with yourself at least 30 minutes a day to Upanishad. Upanishad is Sanskrit for sit near. Like, allow your personal self, as we are now embodying personal selves. We don't see we're in an embodiment where we're not omnipotent. We can't perceive everything in creation. We only perceive what we prefer. We're only given lessons and experience to create what we prefer to create, to supplement our visions, our dreams. We don't get everything. So we have to allow ourselves, to Upanishad, Sanskrit for sit near, allow our personal self to sit near our higher selves by meditating, being with yourself, cutting cords energetically to all people, places, and things every night, every morning, to allow yourself to have a fresh, energetic perception of self in order to create a reality that reflects what you would like to create other than your fears or the how, the third energy. When you meditate on the how, the third energy, you manifest a life that reflects the how, the third energy. A reality that reflects envy, jealousy, rage, poverty, sickness. We're Upanishading through reality, because that's what reality is at a grander scale. How we lived before, we're changing the tendencies, the paradigms of human tendencies, where we're no longer idolizing other humans, looking to other humans to teach us how to grow into our higher self or our visions, our dreams. We're asking ourselves, we're going within, what do I need to know? Guide me, direct me, following our intuitive guidance in order to become less nefesh, or less creature-like, less third energy. The third energy creates the sickness, the poverty, the rage, anger, jealousy, becoming less nefesh, less how, and becoming more of our higher selves, or creating visions that we want to experience, creating lives that we want and dream to experience. How? By Upanishading, Sanskrit for sitting near our inner selves. Who knew that you are your own master? You hold the keys to your reality. You sit near yourself. You ask yourself, you journal, you write, you ask yourself, what is it that I need to know? And you, your higher self, will train and teach your personal self how to become more of who you are. Divine Mother manifests. Oh, you living in the world of 6 directions, accept the gloom and accept the bliss. For those seeds buried in the ground will one day grow into fruitful orchards. The mind would have us believe that certainty is necessary for inner peace. Inner peace doesn't come from understanding, but from trusting. Can we understand a star? Perhaps not. Yet, we can choose to trust in its beauty and light and nonetheless derive energy, hope, and inspiration from it. Let the relief of trust fill your heart. Whenever you feel like you know the way, or whenever you feel like you don't know the way, both. Whenever you feel like you don't know the way, and whenever you feel like you do know the way, surrender your way. Surrender what you think you know. Fall into your heart space, meditate, and allow your higher self to deliver. Allow your higher self to deliver to your personal self what you need to know. And watch how that grows and evolves you into a more sustainable, more beautiful, more manifested realization of your higher self merging with your personal self. And understanding that your higher self merging with your personal self looks like your character changing. Looks like you becoming more compassionate for all people, places, and things, because you understand that you are all people, places, and things, and all people, places, and things are you. Looks like you being more unconditionally loving to yourself on your bad days and your good days. Loving yourself equally through the times where you identify or feel that how energy very strongly, and the times where you feel and identify with your higher self very strongly. You love yourself equally because you understand this journey of life. What's common? What is one thing that's common? In order to create more of who you are, you have to have the Holy Trinity, the Father, Mother, the Son. You have to have the three aspects to help you become more of who you are. Your personal self, your higher self, the how, or the darkness. I want to thank you guys so much for joining this Oneness Connection Energetic Upliftment transmission. Again, my name is Ashley Nicole Phillips. I am the biblically prophesied Messiah. Full circle moment alert, alert. So are you. Why, Ashley? What I have in me, you have in you. What you have in you, I have in me. I am, again, also a channel for the divine. I channel energies and messages, prophecies for the human cultures within Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips. Available here on YouTube as well as Spotify. I use my spiritual gifts to channel beings, spaces, and realities for many dimensions of God's creation. They wanted to come through and share energies and words, messages to uplift the human consciousness, the human culture through this great shift in the paradigm of who we think we are, to evolve more into who we've always been, gods and goddesses having a human experience. I am also a singer-songwriter. My music, Ashley Nicole Music, is available here on YouTube. Go over there, enjoy that. Actually, the link will be in the bio. Subscribe to my music. I sing, create all types of genres. It's one of my favorite soul gifts is creating music. All types of genres are there. You know, whenever you have relationships with things that you really love, like your dreams and visions, just like a relationship with a person, it has its ups and downs, and it has its dark moments. It has its light moments. So I hope you guys enjoy, experiencing my relationship with music. Ashley Nicole Music here on YouTube. I'm also a published author. I author the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, which is a 3-part short book story trilogy. It's actually how I became more aligned and consciously aware of who I was on a soul level. The soul wisdom that I hold within as well. My intuition, I've always followed my intuition all my life, and my soul, my ancestors were like, Ashley, write, Ashley, write, Ashley, write. So I began to write, and I wrote the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. It is available in the Amazon bookstore. I normally go over it, but we're going to roll into the trailer so y'all get to see it. Last but certainly not least, I am an intuitive cook. I love cooking and having fun in the kitchen. Magic Meals with Ashley Nicole Phillips is available here on YouTube. Go subscribe. I hope you enjoy that as much as I do. Follow Kingdom Things Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Ashley Nicole Music on Facebook, Ashley.44.laluna on TikTok, as well as Instagram, to follow, the journey of myself, to join my family. Join my family. Follow me, I'm gonna follow back, because we are all one. We gonna kiki, have a good time through this reality. I love you. Love on yourself. Self-love is the best love, because you have to love yourself in the way in which you want your reality to love you back. Self-love is the best love because you are love in your truest truths. Give that love to yourself first. Self-love is the best love because the way you love on yourself expands the way you're able to love on every dimension of your reality. Bye, y'all. My name is Asia, and I'm a teenage witch. Just kidding. I am a starseed. My story is much like humanity's story. I awakened to some pretty spectacular things about myself. Coming home, the story of Asia, followed by the story of Asia, I'm home. The book series that introduces the book. After returning from a day's trip, I have read my Atum's letter. He speaks of my father releasing him from imprisonment and the fate of death. He pleads for us to run away together. This plea is one of which there is no state to decline. My other half, available in the Amazon bookstore. I feel as though I was born here on Earth to find you. I was created to find my person, the unconditional love literature parcel, now available in the Amazon bookstore.